start yet. You know, at the end of the
You're currently live.
know what to do for next year.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, Mr. President.
I'm just checking my watch because without petrol, I don't know what the date is. It's the Wednesday, the 29th of September for President's News. This President's News is actually very well attended. I was a bit worried earlier because with our club of runners, it did seem like everyone drove to Wednesday night. But everyone has turned up. They must have been running downstairs. So that's the good news. I can hear that Tony's playing with his sack of balls because we do have a 300 club draw tonight as well. And this President's News sits nicely juxtaposed between the Club 5 Mile Championship, which was last weekend, and then looking forward to this weekend, we of course have the London Marathon. So very exciting that it's going to be. Looking forward to the London Marathon. I hear that Phil Sessman and Ross Braden both have aspirations to go well under sub 220, which will be very punchy the first time for quite a while, which is great. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Also looking forward to seeing how the youngsters do as well, because they had their mini marathon trial, and I know that we'll be sending up, or a lot of our athletes will be in the Bromley team. We usually have athletes in the Croydon team, in the Bexley team, a number of others as well. So that would be great as well. I can just also give you news with the press release from Nick Brooks about the SIAB Schools International that was up in Derby at the weekend. We had 8 athletes in action representing England schools against other home countries. This was at Derby, as I say. Great achievement to have so many athletes from one age group in the England team, which continues a long-standing Blackheath and Bromley tradition. The top achievement of the day, and this was a massive achievement, this was a win in the ladies 3,000 metres by Fleur Todd Warmoth. She got a massive new PB for herself of 9 minutes 19.77, and that took almost 18 seconds off her own under-17 club record. Fleur was standout. She won the race by almost 6 seconds. The performance was also a club under-20 record, and it's also the 5th fastest ever by an under-17 and the quickest in the under-17 age group for 10 years. So great from the Blackheath and Bromley athlete. Well done, Fleur. Second places for Faith Akinbalaji, who's had a great season, 24.37 in the ladies 200 metres, and Amarissa Sibley in the 800 metres with 2:10.62. In the field, Cleo Agyapong took second in the shot put with a 14.60 effort, and there was a bronze for Gypsy Nash in the ladies hammer with a 52.64 effort, which just missed her PB. Amelia Gray, who is a higher claim athlete with the club, jumped 11.99 for 4th in the triple jump. And in the walking events over 3,000 metres, Abby Smith took 4th in 15.41.27, and Johnny Ellerton took 4th in the men's race with 17 minutes and dead and 0.55. And that's a new PB for him. Faith Akinbalaji and Amarissa Sibley also ran in the sprint and long relays and helped England to win both races as well. So very, very good efforts. We also had the final open meeting. Of course, this was this time last week. I don't know if you saw the President's News, but you could see how cheeky Ken Daniel was. Ken's not here, but he was obviously, I think he was on something, because it was a tremendous performance for Ken. 71 years of age, and he clocked a massive 5 minutes 41 in the 1500 metres for a club record in the M70 category. And I'm so He was very excited, I can say, on Wednesday evening, even before the race. So it's great that he put all his energy into that. We had Charles Naughty clocking 11.15 over 100 metres. Dan Putnam clocked 47.34 over 400 metres. Ollie Robertson, 23.22 over 200. And Maurizio Carola's 23.87 over 200. That was both their personal best. And then aside of Ken in the 1500, we had Ted Marston, who got a PB of 4:31.02. So very, very good. In the ladies' event, there was good sprinting from Chizane Boniface over 100 metres with 13:42, and Nina Witter over 200 metres with 26:86. And then other results from the weekend in the Beckenham half. We had 21st and 22nd. 21st was Tim Ayres. 1 hour 35 spot 2:2, and just behind him, Jason Mears, my teammate from the Will Boltons, 1:35.26. So very, very good performance in that race. And then we had the Club 5, where we were hosted over at Croydon Rugby Club, which I have to say is a very, very good venue for the club courses. That race was won by defending champion Callum Myatt, who came back just for that race, which was great. Second, Gareth Evans, and third, Ian Furler. Really, doing it for the Masters, really good. In the ladies' race, first Jenny Butler, and second Sophie Kelleher. Sophie stuck in a traffic jam on the way, so had to run most of the way to the race, so I think it's a good performance for her. In the juniors, Alex Middleton won ahead of Alessio Tut. And looking at the Bennett Cup, the winner of the Bennett Cup race was Darren Cornell, ahead of Ian Scott, who was ahead of Andy Tucker. So really great to get that race underway. So we're sort of well underway now in the Bennett Cup with 2 rounds gone. So that's the results. If you did see my President's News, or it wasn't President's News, but my film earlier in the day, I'm sorry to say that we did have a fraud attack on one of the club's volunteers. And I just want to reiterate again to everyone, just to really spread the word, so everyone is very aware that these kind of attacks are happening. The nature of them is that the scammers are sending out emails from addresses that look like they come from bona fide members of the club, usually the chairman, Nick Brooks, usually myself, and they always follow a pattern, which is asking you to do something for them, but they can't speak because they're busy in a meeting, and they're very, very convincing emails. This one was so convincing because I think the timing of it being the end of the season, they gave the excuse that they needed the volunteers' help to go and get some vouchers to give out as awards to the club's volunteers. So that was quite believable, and unfortunately the person got taken in by that. Luckily, in replying or sending an email to inform to Nick Brooks that they'd bought these vouchers, they sent it to his actual email, and he was able to say, look, I never sent out an email like that. So any of the scammers were prevented from getting the funds, but still just a very close thing. So please, everyone, be on your guard. If you have any doubts, just remember, just pause. If it's to do with money, contact Apples.
Actually, if they click on the who sent it,
Yeah.
it will change it from Nick Brooks to Joe, I'm going to scam you at Gmail.
Correct, that's right. If you do, you can either hover over the address in some mail programs, or you can actually click on it and see what the email address is, and usually they look very suspect. So that's the way to root that stuff out. But very, very, very irritating, but thankfully no harm done, I think, on this occasion. The other person I must mention, actually, is Bernard Wilson. Bernard, fantastic performance in the Club 5. Great to see you back running, having done that since you did do it during lockdown, but you came back for the race afterwards. So really great performance, and well done in the race. Right, that's it from me. Does anyone have any news that they'd like to share from the field? Oh, Tony, sorry, you've got your bag of balls. Come on, bring up your ball bag.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, I'm so glad you got hold of it, because while you stepped away to the bar, lots of people were trying to get hold of it.
Well, I won't go down this one. That's very simple.
Have you got your list of names?
Mike's going to do.
Mike's going to read out.
Mike's
Excellent.
gonna read it
So
out.
we're going for a finesse performance
Absolutely.
rather than the usual shambles.
And he will call it out. So
Right, who's going to draw?
Mr. President,
Okay,
have a go.
I'll have a rummage around.
Yeah, okay.
That's dinner, please.
Right, this one here. Is it that way up?
Number 39.
It's obviously a mirror. Who's number 39? 39.
39.
Well, you're not going to believe. They're not here tonight, but it is a body mix.
Ellie. Excellent.
Well done, Ellie.
Right, I better go over. 159. Oh, sorry, I forgot this. 159, yeah. This is actually for 100 trees, so
They're not here tonight,
150.
but they were here at Saturday on Sunday for the fight. Margaret Baldwin.
Hey!
Bernard, why don't you draw one as you've just run the club by for the first time in about 100 years? Number 40. This is for 50 quid.
Yeah, blind 40.
He certainly isn't here tonight.
Oh, that sounds
I'm not
obvious.
even sure whether she's still alive.
That goes on the treasurer then.
Her husband used to sit on the stool by the corner of the barn.
Right.
Jill Capman.
Jill Captain,
Jill
yes,
Captain.
she's still around. I
Right.
have contact. Thank you very much.
What a show.
Sorry, I should have said the first one was for 150, the second one was for 100, and the third one was for 50 quid.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
actually,
Right, in that case, anyone else any news for the feed? In that case, enjoy your Wednesday night. Thank you very, very much.